All right, so I'm going to start admitting people.
Okay.
Break a leg, Vivian.
Leg.
Hi, everybody. For those who are just joining us this afternoon, if you could mute yourself and turn off your video, that would be great. And the actors have kindly asked us to not type into the chat so it's not distracting for them as they perform. But in the meantime, we have 4 different scenes for this afternoon, and this showcase should not end any longer than 11:40, I think. I'm gonna stop my audio and stop videos on the chat. So friends, this is a scene from Dressing for Battle by Edward Thomas-Herrera. Vivian will be playing the nurse and Barbara will be playing Klytemnestra. Break legs, friends.
Citizens of Argos, rejoice, give thanks, lift up your voices in praise of the almighty gods. The hour of King Agamemnon's return has arrived. The king has come back. And not only has he come back, but he has come back triumphant. Hooray! Go, team. Troy can suck it. Oh, hey. I never introduced myself, did I? I never. Oh, for the love of. Oh, stupid. Okay. I am so very sorry. I'm a nurse. I'm the nurse, the Queen's nurse. That's nurse with a capital, whatever letter makes the sound. Wouldn't know. I'm illiterate. Nurse to Queen Klytemnestra of all of this, of all of us. Thank you for the applause. Technically, that does make me a slave, but I'm a very important slave.
Nurse! Nurse!
But hark!
Nurse!
My mistress approaches.
Oh, deliver us from this cloak. We are perspiring like a field hand.
Right away, madam.
Oh, and the jewelry too. Relieve us of all these disgusting trinkets.
Trinkets, be gone, madam.
Oh, these damp rings, these moist bracelets, these necklaces that cling to us like affectionate toddlers clad in snot and fruit juice.
Children are horrible, madam.
Oh, like the stench of unwashed soldiers, or the burden of being a royal consort during a summer heat wave.
Truly horrible, madam. Children are.
Oh, listen, and these sandals.
Off with the sandals, madam.
Oh, dispose of them immediately. They are covered in horse dung and misery.
Really gross.
Oh, and fetch a fan.
Yes, madam.
Now, fan our face.
Fanning the face, madam.
Oh, it is imperative that our skin return to a cool, fresh state before we dress for dinner.
Perhaps I can draw you a relaxing bath.
Oh, no, we have scant times for luxuries, nurse. And no one instructed you to stop fanning.
Resuming the fan, madam. So how was the parade?
Well, unless you take pleasure in dust and mosquitoes, you miss nothing special.
Cooler, my lady.
Under the arms, between the breasts. Put some muscle into it, nurse.
Muscle coming right up, madam. So I hear there was quite an impressive collection of severed heads on display, and new hostages and new concubines.
More face, more face.
Oh, but my queen, just think how the king will greet you tonight when he climbs into your marital bed for the first time in 10 years. The tribal elders of my village taught me that connubial bliss.
The tribal elders of your village used to pierce their genitals to ensure the return of spring.
Well, it worked, didn't it? I just hope you let Lord Aegisthus down easy, mistress.
What are you talking about?
When he approaches you all erect and, you know, business as usual, and you have to give him that, hey, look, it was a real gas while I was waiting for the husband to come back, but now he's come back and we gotta knock it off. I know it's difficult to send someone back to the friend zone after all those years of climbing the lady trellis, especially when he's a man that looks like Lord Aegisthus, am I right?
Oh, help us out of this garment. We can no longer stand the way it sticks to our flesh.
Certainly, madam. Oh, those shoulders, those arms, that chest. You don't see that kind of build on the leisure class every day.
It never ceases to amaze us that even a tiny bit of perspiration can make one look like an ancient whore.
Not to objectify Lord Aegisthus, of course.
Oh, Mother was right. Humidity control is everything.
He's very nice and he has a great sense of humor, and his love poems aren't half bad either. Could use a thesaurus more often, but not bad. You know, I still remember your first day. Sure, technically speaking, it was adultery, but I figured you deserved a little self-indulgence, and where's the harm? The king had been gone for what? A year by that time, and he took a whole boatload of concubines with him.
Nurse, if you must know, we do not plan of dumping the Lord Aegisthus anytime soon.
But mistress, an ongoing extramarital? I would not advise going that route.
We appreciate your counsel, nurse. Now fetch the robe we have selected for tonight.
Yes, madam. Good luck.
Oh, only amateurs need luck, nurse. We are a professional queen.
We, as in all of us, are professionally fucked.
The next scene is called Best Sellers by Bob Cooner. Lynne will be playing Shelley and Ellen will be playing Feen. Shelley is a 50 to 60 Jewish divorced one-child Jonah who lives at home with her. She's a realtor, founder of the book club. And Feen is of the same age. She's a book club member, Shelley's next door neighbor, widowed, and Minnesotan by birth.
Knock, knock, knock. Shelley? Anybody home? Well, Jonah, get a load of you. You clean up pretty well, don't you?
Hi, Feen.
Hi yourself. Was it something I said?
Oh, it was something I said.
And
Would you like a glass of wine, Feen? Help yourself.
I would not. What did you say to Jonah?
Oh, I told him that I'd invited the new girl at the office to the book club tonight.
And
And she's a lovely young girl who's new to the area. And I just thought,
you just thought that you would play matchmaker to your grown son.
is that a capital offense?
Well, at least a misdemeanor.
What is so wrong with wanting him to meet someone nice and get out of the house?
It's not a problem a mother can fix, Shelley.
Are you going to sit there and tell me you never tried to fix up any of your kids?
I certainly did not. I knew better
Really?
because I was on the receiving end of too many fix-ups when I was a girl. My mother was constantly trying to set me up with every hick Minnesota farm boy in a 30-mile radius. She thought if she could marry me off to some local yokel, I'd stay close to home.
But you weren't having any of that.
No, siree, Bob, I was not. I knew I wanted to get off that godforsaken prairie, and when I met my Frank, I knew I'd found my ticket out.
California, here I come.
You betcha. And I never looked back.
Well, I, for one, am glad of that.
So, Jonah's just gonna pout in his room all night?
I guess so. Better than him pouting out here.
I guess.
Changing the subject. I saw you and a couple of your grandkids outside digging in your garden yesterday.
Oh yeah, the twins. They're a couple of pistols, don't you know? They were helping me put some things in for the summer. Well, not exactly helping. They mostly like to get good and dirty digging for worms.
And then you have to take them in and clean them up.
Nope, no matter how filthy they get, I get to send them back to their parents for the cleanup.
Turnabout's fair play, right?
You betcha.
So what's going into your garden?
Oh, the usual. Bell peppers, tomatoes, summer squash, beets, eggplant.
You can take the girl off of the farm, but you can't take the farm out of the girl, huh?
Green Acres is the place for me. Keep Manhattan, give me the countryside.
I haven't thought of that in years.
It's funny. I couldn't wait to get off of that Minnesota farm. And when I got to LA, I kind of missed it, especially after Frank got so sick.
You just moved in next door when all of that happened with Frank. Just terrible.
You and I barely knew each other. And you show up with a basket of I don't know what kind of Jewish food. And here I am, this Lutheran gal from nowhere, Minnesota, and with 3 kids who didn't know the difference between a bagel and a donut.
But they soon found out.
You betcha they did. Same way your kids learned their way around a tater tot hot dish, don't you know? Especially right after your divorce.
You know, after that, they begged me to make that for them. But what did I know from a tater tot? They had to make do with latkes.
The next scene is called For a Good Time, Mary by Karen Kruetz. Rusty will be playing Mary and Paula will be playing Jenny.
Action. Oh, great.
There you go.
Oh,
I
thanks.
made mint tea, exactly what you
Oh,
like.
I love it.
Good,
Thank you
good,
so
good, good,
much.
good. Not too hot for you?
That's perfect.
Oh, yay.
I cannot believe that Tim hasn't found a job yet.
No, he's had a few interviews, but no
Yeah.
job. It's very discouraging.
Oh, don't give up. Well, your luck is bound to change soon.
It's been 2 months.
Oh, are you having to use Ed's retirement money?
We have no choice. Our only other income is Grammy's Social Security, and that doesn't really cover the extra expense of having her here.
Oh, well, what are you going to do if Ed can't find a job? Are you going to try and find a job yourself?
And who'll take care of Granny?
What about Ed? It's his mother.
Oh my God, he wouldn't last a day.
Oh,
Okay, tell me about your cruise.
no. Okay. Oh my God, I'm so excited. We're going on a Caribbean cruise for 11 days. Oh, I am so looking forward to reading and sitting by the pool and enjoying fun in the sun.
Oh, that sounds so nice. Hey, if you don't mind my asking,
Yeah.
how did you and Tim swing an 11-day cruise? I mean, that's got to be expensive.
No, actually, it's a lot cheaper than you think. Because you know the cruise lines make most of their money out that other stuff that you buy, like alcohol, gambling, and excursions. And we won't be doing any of that. And actually, I'm paying for it myself.
Whoa,
I have a job from home.
doing what?
I don't think I should tell you,
Why not?
because you wouldn't approve.
Don't be ridiculous. I would not condemn anything you ever do. You're my friend.
Well, it's a business enterprise.
Is it illegal?
No, I'm not doing anything illegal. It's well, oh,
Well, just say it.
okay. I'm a PSO,
What's a PSO?
a phone sex operator. I have a 1-900 line.
And what do you do exactly?
I talk to people, men mostly, about sex, but it's on the phone,
You dirty talk to men on the phone? You're cheating on Tim.
I am not cheating on Tim. It's only talk. See, I told you, you disapprove. I knew it. That's the way you are.
No, it's just that I'm a little bit shocked.
You sound like you're more than a little shocked.
Well,
to me.
maybe. I mean, I just don't expect that of you. I can't believe you're doing that. You're a phone whore.
Well, if you're gonna be judgmental, you know what? I'm not telling you anything. I'm leaving.
No. Wait, Mary, I'm sorry. I'm not judging you. Look, I didn't know what I was saying. I was caught off guard, okay? Please don't go. Come on,
you
sit
call
down.
me a whore?
Sit down. I know I didn't mean it. I didn't know what I was saying. Come on, please. Look, I won't say a word. See?
Are you sure?
I'm sure. Now, okay, how did you get into this?
Well, it's all because of the cashier at the Super Save.
Oh, the cashier at the Super Save got you into a business of talking dirty sex talk to men on the phone.
Yeah, it was
was Roro.
Roro.
Yeah. You know, I was at the Super Save about a year ago, you know, because they were having all those markdowns. And lo and behold, I was in the meat department and they had a markdown on pork chops. And you know how Tim loves pork chops. So I ended up buying 10 jumbo packages of pork chops that morning. Oh my goodness.
Go on.
Oh, okay. Well, Roro rang up my pork chops. The total came to well over $50, but it was buy one, get one free. So it was much more than $100.
Okay, would you just go on with the story? Remember a phone sex operator?
Okay, sorry. Well, anyway, I was all set to pay for my pork when I realized I didn't have enough cash in my wallet. Yeah, and I guess my hormones were flaring or something because I started bawling right there in the express lane.
Oh, Super Saver?
Oh God, I was so embarrassed. And she had to turn to the other customers behind me and said, this line is closed. Oh, and all those 10 items or less customers had to go on a regular line. And the people behind me, Mary, they were pissed as vinegar. Ugh, but they did what she said, and they all went into the other line. Then Roro pulled out a wad from her
Chewing tobacco?
Oh, silly. A wad of cash. She took that cash and she paid for my pork right there. Right there.
Wow,
at that
that's a
moment.
lot of cash to have in your pocket.
Yeah.
Oh, do you think she's a drug dealer?
Oh, she was just trying to help me, that's all. And I paid her back.
Okay, well, go on.
Where was I? Oh, okay, yeah. So she paid for my groceries. When I was such a mess at that point, you know, I couldn't stop crying. So she took me to the employees' break room and I just let everything out. I told her about our financial troubles. Yeah. And she let me in on her little secret.
Oh, let me guess. She's having an affair with the store manager.
With Charlie? Ugh, no. She told me about her business. Roro has a sex phone line, and she said that I should give it a try. So
That's why she had so much cash in her pocket.
yeah, and she has her own 1-900 line, and she uses the name Lola.
Lola, why didn't she use Roro?
No, nobody ever uses their real name. Besides, Lola sounds a lot sexier than Roro. Anyway, she told me it was so easy to get everything set up and that she could help me. I decided to give it a try, and we started right away.
Right there in the middle of Super Save?
No, I went to her apartment the next day. She taught me everything I needed to know to get started.
Hey, do you have a sexy pretend name too?
Yes, Desiree. You pick a name that goes along with your story.
Well, what do you mean?
Well, it's your intro. You know, people call up and they call the 1-900 number and they listen to all the stories until they hear the one that they like.
So tell me, what's your story? I mean, what's Desiree's story?
Well, Desiree is from Georgia. I grew up on a peach farm and moved to the big city, Atlanta, when I was only 16. And I had to run away from home because my daddy was so mean to me. I just couldn't stay in that house with that man anymore. And I'm just looking for a kind, sweet gentleman to teach me the ways of the big, bad world and show me what it's like to be loved by a real man.
And if they like your story,
Then they hit the button and my phone rang. It's that easy. And I just start talking to this Desiree. And the longer I stay on the phone, the more money I make.
I hate to ask you this, but
Yeah,
what do you talk about?
whatever they want to talk about. Mostly you talk dirty to them. It makes them feel like beastie, sexy men.
Beastie, sexy
Yeah.
men. Well, hey, what does Tim think about all this?
Oh, he doesn't even know I do this at home when he's at work.
You're keeping secrets from your husband?
It's not so bad. I just talk to strangers on the phone. It's only a job.
Do you make a lot of money?
Enough to help with our expenses and pay for the cruise.
And where does Tim think all of this extra cash is coming from?
He thinks I'm really good at economizing.
Must be a difficult job. I wish I could do it.
Oh, you're actually considering being a sex phone operator? Oh, I am really surprised.
Well, I could just be making money while I'm Grammy sitting Grammy.
Yeah.
And you know what? Grammy is so deaf that she can never hear me talking dirty to men on the phone.
That is a great idea. And you know what? You could try it out and you could see how you would like it. You could answer my phone while I'm on vacation. Because you know, I can't take my cell on the cruise. And I hate to think all my regulars would be gone after I've been gone for 2 whole weeks. So you can handle that
It's
for
a
me.
lot of work, things to learn. It's so long. I don't know.
No, not really. It's just only a few hours. And I have fetish cards.
Fetish cards?
Yeah, those, you know, because you got to be prepared when someone calls in and wants to talk to you about some strange sexual fetish. You gotta, well, you gotta start talking about the things they're interested in. For example, if they call up and ask about, icing, for example, you don't want to look stupid and start talking about cake frosting recipes. That's not gonna
Well,
work.
what is icing if it's not something you put on a cake?
Oh, well, it refers to a man who wants to be a sugar daddy to a young girl. And I get a lot of icing calls because Desiree is only 18.
Desiree's an 18-year-old girl,
Yep,
and men call to ask her about sex things?
yeah,
That's disgusting.
Mary. You know what? Maybe it's not a good idea. Let's just forget the whole thing.
Oh, no, wait, please, no. I'm desperate. I really am, please.
Are you sure? Okay, good then. Why don't you come to my house next Tuesday?
Okay.
And we'll have some privacy and you can practice.
Okay, next Tuesday.
Oh my
Practicing in your
goodness,
house.
it's late. Tim is gonna be home pretty soon. I better get going.
Well, wait a minute. What time am I coming on
Well,
Tuesday?
how about afternoon, 1 o'clock?
Oh, thank you. You're saving my time.
Well, you're saving my customers. I don't know what I'd do.
I don't know what I'm gonna do without you, man.
Our next and last scene is Black Hole by Jean Koppen. Bonnie will be playing Patty. Suzanne will be playing Jane. And Jeff will be playing Jane.
It begins. Everyone doing all right here?
Oh, we'll be okay, won't we, honey? It's just been a really long day.
Uh-huh. Well, don't worry about the cleanup. I can handle it. You two just go on home if you need
No.
to.
We want to help. You were so kind to host. Really, I think we just need a little TLC.
It's fine. I mean, I can see that Jim's having a hard time. I've got things under control, and if it's too much for you.
Too much. Well, you're obviously, let's just say you don't look like you're in cleaning up mode.
No, we want to help, don't we, honey?
Dad died, Jane.
Yeah, my dad too, I was there.
I've lost my father and I'm grieving. Would you like me to act differently? Please tell me, what's the appropriate way to grieve? Acceptable to you?
Jim, look at me. We talked about this.
Just a bunch of show, don't you think?
What?
Well, you were obviously the very appropriate grieving son for all Mom and Dad's friends to see.
Appropriate.
It's a shame it didn't occur to you that you would be sad when you lost your parents. Maybe you would have treated them a little better.
Jane, stop it. You're upset, but we're all upset, and I don't think you need to.
Hours. A few hours, and you're accusing me of not being a loving son. Who are you to accuse me?
I'm the one who's taking care of them, who was there when...
Always been totally self-absorbed.
Who was there with Mom through the treatments, who talked to the doctors, who made the decisions.
And typical Jane, it's all you.
Gave updates when you bothered to answer your phone.
Why are you such a colossal bitch, Jane?
Ooh, nice, Jim.
Can everybody please calm down? Now we're all tense, understandably, and saying things we don't mean, right, sweetheart? Jane, you just can't imagine how upset Jim's been.
Oh, but Jim's upset. Well, fuck that. I'm tired of everyone worrying about Jim.
Well, he shouldn't have called you up, well, you know, but you're out of line here too. You have no right to attack him like this. Everyone has their own view of the past.
What's your view, Patty? Do you think I'm a bitch too? Oh, I know what Jim thinks, but I want to hear it from you. He's turned everything we've ever done and said into some sort of deliberate meanness against him. But that's not how it was, Patty.
Well, maybe it didn't feel that way to you, Jane, but everyone has their own view of the past.
Haven't we paid enough? I feel like I've been apologizing for years without knowing why. From now on, I'm defaulting to honest.
Right, because that's your problem, honesty.
No, my problem is I have to handle everything, clean up every mess because you're too absent or too upset to deal with the hard stuff.
I've had to deal with all of this too, just because I couldn't visit the hospital on a day.
Visit? You don't visit your mother dying, Jim. You don't check in on the latest doctor's reports. You fucking be there.
You want to make the decisions. You love the control. You really love that Mom put you in charge of her DNR.
She knew you wouldn't do it. You'd be too weak.
What about Dad? He wasn't ready.
Of course not. She was his wife.
Exactly. His wife. You were so busy making all the decisions, you didn't even see him, Janie. He just needed a little more time. He had things he wanted to say to her. So did I.
What were you going to say, huh? I did what she wanted. Oh, you don't get to be weak and get all the sympathy.
I think I'm looking for sympathy. Jesus, Jane.
I don't know how you've spun this to Patty and your kids all these years, but Tommy and Christina are growing up and they are old enough to spot your bullshit. Maybe that's why you're keeping me from them.
Do not bring our kids into this. You have no idea what you're talking about there.
I know enough. I know how to treat teenagers with some respect.
Oh, you have one conversation with Christine and you think you know how to—
Maybe I know how to relate to her in a way you don't.
Oh, so you're her friend now, her pal. Well, just so you know, Jane, Christina tells me everything. And she told me all about your little chat with her yesterday.
Christina seemed interested in my perspective.
What the hell do you know about my kids? Nothing. If you wanted to play mommy, you should have had your own kids. Do not co-opt ours.
So I guess your answer is to move across the country, and so I can't have any contact with her? Yeah, I know about the move. Thanks for telling me, by the way.
My family, Jane, not yours. And I won't let you guilt me into helping you fulfill some fantasy about being Aunt of the Year.
So you gallop off to Minneapolis, and I'm left to clean up Dad's house. Oh, perfect.
God, just hire someone to take care of the house. I'll pay my share. You know, you don't have to do anything.
You can't hire someone to take care of their house. That house is their lives.
It's just stuff.
So easy for all of you, isn't it? Just throw everything away that was theirs and forget they ever existed. And just when I was getting to know Christina again.
You are not my concern here.
Jim, we have made our decisions. Remember, you don't have to explain it. You just need to remove yourself.
Remove yourself. Oh, for God's sake.
I think it's best if we communicate through my lawyer from now on.
What?
He's right. I don't have to answer to you, and I don't have to be in contact with you either.
Are you kidding me? What do you think Dad would say if he knew you were trying to stop any contact with me, with my niece and nephew?
I will not be bullied by you.
My God. You still haven't forgiven me for what? Because you think I was the favorite? Or is it the miscarriage thing because I didn't go to the funeral or whatever that was?
The miscarriage thing.
We are not discussing that. Jane, you just have no idea what we went through.
You are all I have left of Mom and Dad, and no matter what you think, you and I are still brother and sister. If Dad was alive, he'd want us to still stay a family?
But he's not, is he?
So you just replace me with Patty's family. Run away. You're such a coward.
And you let me down, you and Mom and Dad. You're supposed to protect your family. That's what I've done all these years. I've protected my family from being around people who never truly cared about me.
But we loved you.
But you didn't care if I was happy. When I became a father for the first time, I realized how truly cold all of you had been my entire life.
Jim, can we please leave? Jane, you may not agree with your brother's actions, but every decision he makes is based on doing what's best for those he loves the most. And you are just not one of those people.
You asked how I could just walk away. It's a lot easier when you genuinely do not like the other person. After knowing you for years, Jane, you're just not that likable. Call my attorney if you have any questions about the estate.
So, oh, how dare you say that and leave?
Great. I'm gonna invite everybody to go on video. That is it for our piece, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, that was wonderful. Thank you all. That I really enjoyed that. And to our guests, thank you for joining us for the showcase. And I am going to post some information. We are starting registration next Monday for the summer session, and there will be the information for that. And if you enjoyed the showcase today, there's also going to be a link where you can go and sign on to some other showcases that are starting up. Let's see, tomorrow is singing at 11, and your story well told at 10:30 a.m. So I'm just gonna go ahead and post that and say once again, what a tremendous experience this was for me. Great
Clara,
work.
Clara, do you mind to start my video, please? I can't start it because you've stopped it. Or Eli, one of the hosts has stopped it.
Your video?
Yeah.
Oh, huh.
Thanks. There we go. Hi, everybody. Wonderful work.
Hi.
Really great work. And it really looked like you were very comfortable with the material. And as usual, Eli, great work. So it's just a joy to watch all of you. Thank you so much for letting us come in and watch this today.
Thank you.
There he is.
Thanks for your work, everybody. It was so great seeing all of these all together. Lovely work. It's always so odd to kind of celebrate on Zoom.